in there, and like Peach is kind of this weird floaty option, but she still gets in there.
Right.
And then you see Puff.
It just kind of get out of there.
Yeah, and Puff is like, I don't want to die instantly to this one weird move, and like she has 5 jumps, and she's just playing a different game. Steve does that same thing, where he's like, all right, I'm gonna make a new floor, and I can stall in my own ways, and I can combo you in ways that will irritate. Like that did 39%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's say Bowser short hopped and started the game with Fire Breath, that would have also done 39%.
Mario also can start that. Like,
yeah.
The same percent. It's like
Mario could falling up air you, and it could just be curtains. Like,
right.
So, you know, there's ways around Steve stuff. I think the way people get hit by it is what frustrates them.
Right.
Because it's less that you got hit and more like, you know, the super safe up tilt is annoying, and people don't know the ways around it. By the way, if parrying is good. If a Steve is up tilting your shield, most characters can just full hop double jump out of that.
Right. You had to wait for I think the second one or third one because it gets stale, right? It's just like Link Nair. How do you deal with Link Nair? The same thing.
Yeah, or Young Link Nair.
Right.
And if you're me, you don't deal with it. You just be sad. But there, Mario got his couple hits, and here we go again.
Look, it's the same thing.
He went for not the up B, which is fine. He wanted the ground control.
I feel like that...
Now this is where Steve excels. That's the one thing I think Steve has that other characters just do not, is the ability to take ledge away from a lot of characters who have linear recoveries.
Yeah, it's just sad to see a lot of characters just like die to... But like at the same time, you can use it against him. Like that's the whole thing, right? Like the whole thing with block. I just feel like a lot of people just haven't found a lot of block setups with their own character, where you can be like, okay, if they tech here, then I can hit an F smash. If they don't tech here, then I can hit an up air, like that kind of thing. And it's just reactable, like how Steve reacts to it.
Yeah, like I was watching Snoofle play against, I think, Radacious at a set a while back. And Snoof, as Fox, up threw Steve into a block right above him, and knew Steve would tech it. And whether he did or it didn't matter. He immediately charged up smash and killed him for it. And, like, those are the kind of little things that, you're right, people don't always think about. But when you're in the situation where you're in disadvantage, when you're off stage, it certainly doesn't feel like you can utilize it in your favor, and that's why it sucks. But to me, that's no different than, like, you know, I play a Mii, right? So if Joker runs off stage and goes, Tetrakarn, and I die at 29%, like that's just as frustrating to me as a Steve building blocks and then the screen going, Steve! I don't know, Rectangle Man frustrates people.
I agree. I still think Mario dash attack is stupid broken at ledge. That beats linear recovery like actually stupidly. I hate it.
Yeah, there's a few moves that just 2-frame for free. Mario's dash attack is definitely one of them.
Oh, that was a good option actually with the up B. To get closer.
Yeah, I don't dislike that, but I have my thoughts on Steve's just up being in neutral.
The Radacious up B?
The Radacious up B. I don't usually recommend it, but if you have a good game plan for it... Oh, that killed.
That should not have killed. I don't think that should have killed.
Well, Bohedrew did not look happy when that killed. He looked... His head was leaning back. He was pretty frustrated.
He's dripped out, though.
He is dripped out. See, he wins because he's best dressed.
Oh my god, but like, Excelsior doing the Steve Classic, doing well. He has a diamond on deck too, where right now he just kind of needs some material to just like have it in the bag.
So this is the way Steve players will play in situations like this. I think the good ones don't do what Excelsior is doing. Excelsior is being hyper defensive because he's like, oh, I don't have any materials. You know, I've got diamond on deck. I'll be fine if I just don't get any extra credits. But I feel like if your opponent's frustrated and you have the capability playing a character like Steve to really put pressure on them, this is the best time to do it. Because you can put the game away and not give them a chance to, you know, come back from it.
I think I disagree in the current position, because right now, because he started being more aggro, now he's like with no material. I think him playing defensive was the right option until he gets material. So if he has like material and a diamond in the back, like actually just screw it. Like just be aggressive.
Sure, but he was approaching and not wanting to throw out options because he didn't want them to get punished, but he also wasn't like farming material. Right. So he wasn't progressing game state in any way that would be beneficial to him. He was just comfortable with his own lead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what? That second back here was funny.
It was funny. You don't see that punished too often.
Yeah.
Bohedrew cooking.
He is cooking.
Let the man cook.
This is really close still. Like, Mario needs, what, 2 combos right now?
One.
Now one. Oh, that was a good wait.
Oh, he went for the dare. Oh, he got the back air out.
Oh my god.
That's the scariest flood I've ever seen.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, he's
okay,
alive.
Okay.
If he would have died for up smashing where Steve was going to be, I would have low-key been mad for Mario. But that's not a Steve thing. That's just a...
Oh, I would have gone off stage there, too. That was worth. Back throw? No!
I think he didn't know if it was safe. Reverse nair and just like, I'm not going to follow this. Like, I'm dipping.
Ooh. The air dodge was so... Oh my... Oh, that was so good.
That was
good.
very, very good spacing.
Really good spacing. Baiting out with the back air and then spacing the forward smash was so good.
I don't blame Excelsior for doing what he did, where he went like, all right, my F smash is really good frame data and it's really hard to punish. I'm going to walk back. I actually thought the walk was really nice.
Right.
And then he went for another one, but it looked like it got caught on the crafting table, so his hurt box shifted out there a little longer than it should have.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't really see the crafting table, but I think it was just like the pullback. I think Mario's pullback is like way farther, right? So he probably pulled back away from the sword and then just like flame hitbox did.
So what I'm saying is the reason Bohedrew's character model on Mario had time to do the pullback is because the F smash, the second one from Excelsior, hit his crafting table first and then went forward.
Okay.
And I think he got betrayed by his crafting table.
I see.
I could be wrong. Obviously, we can always go back and check the tape. But
I'm not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. But for the people watching, if they want to review VODs, he might have been betrayed by the crafting table.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the option Excelsior had. But Bohedrew, with the comeback game one, clutched it out.
Yeah. That looked like Excelsior's like game in the bag, right? But then that second stock where he lost, where he was being like hyper defensive, like we were saying, I think that kind of pushed the momentum towards Bohedrew.
You have to have a game plan in a situation that isn't, I'm just going to, hope I don't die. Right. Like, if you want to play aggressively, play aggressively. If you want to advance game state without playing aggressively as Steve, you get materials.
Right.
Do one of those things. But don't, he would run on stage and he would kind of like float at Mario, but then he would like burn double jump because he was afraid, so he was never on the ground.
Yeah.
Get to ground at all costs then in that situation. Like, you gotta pick something to go for.
Oh,
Bohedrew's got to stop trying to do those reverse nairs. Those have not one of those has worked for him.
I don't know if it's reverse nair or it's like misinput bear, because that happens like a lot to me as well, where I'm trying to like input like a raw back air and a reverse nair comes out and I'm like, oh great. Did not mean for this to come out. Ooh, okay, that down tilt was clean.
It was.
Even though he missed, that was so clean.
That was an interesting choice, and he wound up getting a stock out of it.
Yeah.
Excelsior got punished for going for a relatively unsafe attempt at a scoop up smash.
Right. Oh, okay. That's where you would just cape. Like, that was just like a cape moment.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, I'd like to see more capes in this matchup because Excelsior keeps going into positions where they'd be good. And that was like the most egregious.
Right. Like, it was just straight high, right? Ooh.
All right. Actually, Excelsior didn't hit the up tilt there, but I like that he did retreating up tilt. So it's like, if I don't hit it, it resets, and that's good for him.
Right.
And if he does hit it, then he gets a free stock. So
yeah, I think one of the main things with like Steve is that his moves are so safe and like well spaced that he can like you can choose like mid move whether you want to retreat or like continue aggression. So I think just you have like, oh, I hit one up tilt, I don't know if I want to be aggro or return to neutral. Okay, let me just hit another up tilt and then like retreat. Like that is just like such a good option for Steve to have. You just keep hearing Mario dying.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so the melee setup elsewhere from us, there's a dock on the screen, and he keeps dying. So we hear Mario get hit, and then on another thing we hear, wah!
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh, my God. Okay, good up smash.
All right, I like that a lot because Bohedrew kept going for grabs this set, and they've almost all gotten up spot dodge.
Right.
Like, all of them. So finally, Bohedrew took a second and was like, I'm not going to grab. I'm just going to, like, dance on the shield and try to get what I can get. And he wound up getting, like, the shield drop, short hop, up smashed him for it. It was really good in his favor.
Actually, like, Mario back here breaking cart is so good. I didn't realize that actually broke. I don't remember the threshold percent for minecart, but I'm assuming it's, like, about the same as in Sin Side B.
My guess is, like, 10.
Yeah, I was thinking between, like, 12 and, like, 15, but...
Is it that much? That makes sense, because Tornado breaks card for me, but I don't think Shock'em does.
Yeah.
I always have to think of it in terms of my bad character.
Oh my God. Well,
all right, we're even now.
Was that worth, though? I guess it is. Because I was like, you lost so much iron from that combo. Oh, that was such a good... The Radacious up B.
Yeah, dude, you can't just do those.
You can't.
That is a bad habit people get into, where if they have an approach option that works one time and it's like a schmicks,
Right.
they keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that punished Excelsior really hard. Just the decision to, I hit one of my Rodacious up Bs, I'm going to continue to attempt this.
Yeah, the Rodacious up B is a Rodacious up B because he does it once.
Yes. Well, that's not true at all. But
I know. I know.